good morning, everybody from 93 degrees at 6 o'clock at night. Oh, Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It is OPEX Friday. OPEX Friday being this is the big week for options expiration every third Friday of every month. And yeah, well, I'm going to start you out here with first of all, we've had great trades on the spreads this week. You know, playing the 4160, 4155s Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Threw out there the 4140, 4135 when we got our bounce yesterday. Caught, a little bit better than 100% for some of the guys that waited. The put spread, which was the focus in the morning prior to the open, the 4115, 4110s was the safe one. That was or call it safe. But the zany one, the 4125, 4120s, they pulled in greater than 100% full credit. So the money's there to be traded on the spreads. We had a great day on Tuesday when we had that tiny little bit of range, but we knew where we were going, trading the puts and calls. And yeah, the frustration still continues with this week. We had not broken 30-point range Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yesterday, we got 34 points after having closed on a very, because we're in the 46, 4160, 4155 call spread, closing just fractionally below it over there on Wednesday. That 35 cents lower close was just, it was too much stress. So yesterday, it was the exact same thing, man. Yesterday, we came down to 41.14.57, and we had our minus 1% level right there at 41.12.97. Would have been minus 1% from the previous day's close. And again, having had how this has been working out, as you see here, we get open, start fighting back to that 41.36, which we're going to fight back to today again. We are going to fight with this 41.36 today. You got your weekly candle at 41.37. But yeah, you had your move up. We hit right onto that 41.46, 41.48 I was saying, where we're going to have a problem right where our 5-day moving average was just prior to 2 o'clock. And then, kaboom.
Ah! Shit! Fuck me! Shit! What the fuck? I don't fucking know! Fuck! Stop screaming! Stop!
And I came down here, man, at 3:30. 3:30, you could see right here at 3:15, it was getting a little questionable, and then we had the little bounce. And I've seen this. It's like, okay, it's going off the trampoline, and it's going to go jump down, and here it comes 414. Came down to that 414.57, and then it was Shaquille O'Neal. Tick strike is your best friend, but it's not your best friend when you're doing a spread or a video. So, yeah, anyway, not that it's anything lethargic or whatnot, but here we are at 41.29, closed red. We're going to fight 41.36. 41.37 is our weekly candle. That is, like I shared at the beginning of the week, the very aggressive trade of the week where we had greater than $3 credit going into at the start of the week, multiple opportunities to get over $3 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yesterday they dropped down to around $1.50, and as of right now, they're sitting at $1.95. Now with 41.37, the weekly candle, and my decision on that 41.35 for the bearish side of the call spread, I'm using it as to, man, with 5 green weeks, there is no way that they're going to put in a red week that's down 1 point, down 1.5 points. I could be wrong, but it's just that was my view when I went into this, is how if they're going to draw this and stop this with 5 weeks, it's not going to be minus 1 point, minus 2 points. It's not. And that is actually one of the things that's actually a little bit of a benefit. Sorry for saying actually twice. Now I've said it 3 times. The minus 1% level for today, now that we are 18 trading sessions without a minus 1% visit, is at 4,088.49. That saves a lot of people that have rolled some spreads from prior weeks. So keeping an eye on that 4088.49, but unfortunately, there is zero economic data today. There is zero earnings today. And bringing you here to the VIX, where we had that visit to that 1622, which I couldn't believe. I couldn't believe that we got down to that. But we're still compressed under this 1811. You can very clearly and obviously see the compression that's going on here. And when we start to see the VIX moving to the upside, which we may get next week when big tech reports, it's when we start getting our clue that we've got a much greater move. But where I'm bringing you here is a zoomed out vision of a 5 years on the SPX, okay? And you can clearly see this 4136. You see what it meant back here in mid to the middle portion of 2021. You see all of this here during 2022, and you see us here again where we're at right now. This 4136. Right over here in October, this is 5 green weekly candles, October to November of 2021. If any of you remember how we had just incredibly great trades during 2021, we would get a great move to the upside, a 2% drop after OPEX week, a move to the upside, a 2%, 3% drop after OPEX every month. October was our wave 5. We had our 1, 2. This was our big 3. Here was our 4, and that was our 5 that topped it off, right at 48.18. Coming back here to just prior to COVID, and from the 2018 top where we had the first 20% decline. This is the PPT, the plunge protection team, Steve Mnuchin. If any of you remember it, we had 9 green weeks in a row. And right over here in January was where Jerome Powell had the FOMC meeting and said, we're not raising interest rates anymore. In fact, we're going to start lowering it. And that's where we had our rally coming off of that exactly 20% drop over there in December. So without showing you any technicals, you could very clearly imagine the amount of energy that was here during that point in time. Come over here into, again, October, as we went into the middle portion of 2019, sorry. And here you've got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 green weekly candles. Gave you a little bit of a doji here, right here as you were going into Thanksgiving. There's your Thanksgiving week. And as you all know, you climbed as you went up into COVID. So it's one of these characteristics that you go out there and you see, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, banging our heads at 4136. The odds are stacked that you're going to have an opportunity to trade this and get a red close. But here again, I'm looking at 3 weeks here on the QQQ, and you can't get this 315 to get abandoned. And you've had Tesla report. That's 1 out of the 7 weighted NASDAQ stocks that weigh 50% of the NASDAQ. So that was only 1. Next week, we get another 5. NVIDIA doesn't report for another few weeks. So you get 5 of them next week. You got Facebook, you got Google, Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft, all reporting next week. We'll get an answer from the bigger, wider term then next week, but that's also the other side to it when you start coming out and looking at it from a much wider view. And that is your monthly range. We have moved 93 points. March 300, February 252, 300 in January. You've got 300s going all the way back. In fact, SL, he shared his spreadsheet where you don't even see 150 except way back in some point in 2021. And it was only like once. So we've got range. We've got 200 points that we're going to get. Call it 200 points above 4069, 200 points below 4169. And it's all going to come next week. So have a great Friday. I hope you've enjoyed the week. For all of you guys that are new, welcome to the club. I'll be around on the weekend to do one-on-ones. And as a very strong philosophy that we have here, had it going for more than a decade. Yes, weeks stack up. But when you do have a good week, you always want to go and pay it forward. Pay it forward, not by going out to a really nice restaurant and leaving a tip there. They're going to get a tip no matter what. But you go out to like a Waffle House or some diner somewhere, and you see that, that waitress that's worn those shoes for 8 years. Go order a coffee, leave $100. See somebody on the street, you can see they're on rough times. You don't have to get in a conversation with them. Go buy a McDonald's. Go buy some food. Buy them a fucking bottle of orange juice. Pay it forward, because no matter what you do, everybody and everything deserves at least one chance to smile.
If you miss the train I'm on, you will know that I am gone. You can hear the whistle blow 100